Hello, today we are going from under the sea to the seashore and we are going to be making a lighthouse. So I started doing a practice sketch right here just to test it out and see how it was gonna go. I think I figured it out. So now let's do it. All right, so I'm gonna put this off to the side. All right, so the first thing you're gonna wanna do is make sure that you have your paper in portrait mode because the lighthouse is going to be tall and you want space for your tall lighthouse on your paper. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is you're gonna start with the top of the lighthouse and work your way down. And we're just going to be breaking it down into shapes. So the first shape that we're going to make is going to be a rectangle. And the rectangle, a tall square, is gonna be where we're gonna be putting the light for the lighthouse. And if yours is more square, that's fine too. All right, the next thing you're going to do is you're gonna draw the base of the part where the light shines, and that's so there's like a platform there for the person who takes care of the lighthouse to go up there and do maintenance and stuff. So we're gonna draw a long, skinny rectangle underneath. So what I did is I drew a line out this way and another line out this way, lining up at the top of my paper. And then I'm just gonna turn it into a long rectangle. And that's gonna make our platform. The top of the lighthouse can be a lot of different shapes. I'm gonna do a triangle. So I'm just gonna draw a triangle on the top. So right now it looks like a little house that's kind of like on a little platform. If you wanna draw a lightning rod up top, you could do that as well. Okay, for the rest of the lighthouse, it's just a tall, long cylinder. That's just a really tall tower. So what we're going to do is we're gonna draw a vertical line that goes down on one side, and then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. And I think that's gonna be tall enough for our lighthouse. If you want yours a little bit shorter, a little bit taller, you do you. Okay, now lighthouses have to be up tall because the ships and the vessels that are far away, they need to be able to see that light in the lighthouse. That's why they're built really, really tall. So on dark, foggy, or stormy nights, the lighthouses will warn sea captains and people on the boats that there are rocks and dangerous currents close to the shore where that lighthouse is. So it's kind of like a warning light to stay away. Okay, so next thing you're going to do is you're going to close these two lines into a shape. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a kind of a curvy line to show that this is a cylinder, and a cylinder is just a long like tube. And inside the cylinder, that's where the stairs are that the lighthouse keeper will walk up. All right, so now we have our basic shape for our lighthouse. What you're gonna do is you're going to add the details. So you're gonna need doors, you're gonna need windows. We're gonna need to put the light inside of the lighthouse. So I'm gonna put a door, and I'm just gonna make a rectangle right here on the bottom. And that's how you can get into the lighthouse and walk up the stairs all the way to the top. And then I'm gonna draw some windows. So I'm gonna draw a window here, a window here, and a window here. And the reason they're like this is because they're kind of following that long spiral staircase up to the top. It's a lot of stairs. And then you can draw your designs for the windows. So I'm just gonna draw some lines in here. You can do your windows any way you like. For the top of my lighthouse inside is the light itself. So I'm just gonna draw a big circle, and that's gonna be for our light. And then maybe a square underneath for the base of the big light. And then I'm gonna put a platform around, well, this is our platform, a railing so that, you know, it's safe up there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw a slanted line that sticks out that way towards this corner of the paper, a slanted line out this way on this side going this way towards this side of the paper, and then I'm just gonna connect them with a horizontal line, and then I'll draw some vertical lines for the railing. Okay, if you want to put a design on the roof, you can. I'm just going to do some lines. And then for the lighthouse itself, if you want it to be fancy, some are painted with stripes, so it's easier for them to be seen from far away. So I'm going to do some stripes, but I'm going to do like diagonal lines going across. So they're gonna kind of wrap around the lighthouse like a candy cane. But you can do anything you want for your design, okay? And I'm just gonna draw a little bit of a step using a rectangle so the person can step up into their lighthouse. And now we have to draw the background. Usually lighthouses are on really tall rock outcroppings, and they're there to warn sailors that there's really dangerous rocks just underneath the water. They don't want to get into a shipwreck. So we're gonna draw our lighthouse on a really tall, craggy rock face. So to do that is I'm going to draw a curvy, wavy line, and this is just gonna show the edge of the rock outcropping or the cliff. I'm gonna stop like right here, and then I'm gonna draw vertical lines going down, and that's gonna just show that there's a steep drop right here. And then I'll draw some more curvy lines back here, and maybe some rocks. Just doing curvy lines. All right, maybe I'll do some back here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw another line here just to ground everything. And now we're going to add the water and the background. So these big shapes right here, these are rocks, and these are the rocks that the ships don't want to hit. So that's why this lighthouse is here, to warn the ships that are really far away that they should stay away. All right, so let's draw the horizon line. So the horizon line is going to be, let's do it above the lighthouse. And remember, that's where the ground, or in this case, the water or the ocean and the sky meet. So this is the sky, and then this is the water. And then we can draw some wavy lines for the waves. If you want to draw big waves that are like on my shirt, you could do that. But I'm gonna have a calm sea here. And maybe I'll draw a little path going up. And then for the background, you could draw boats if you wanted to. I'm just gonna keep it simple and leave no boats. Calm day at the harbor. And then I'm gonna draw some clouds. So they're just gonna be poofy summer clouds. So they're kind of like circles together in a group, and then a straight line underneath. And you could do some big ones and some little ones. If you wanted to make it a sunset or a sunrise, you could do that as well. I'll do some more lines to show the water. And it's a very still day. If you want to draw big waves, you could do that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add color. Okay, so I finally finished coloring it in. When you're coloring, especially with markers, it is okay to mix the colors together and blend them. And that's why I used a gray, I used a brown, I used a little bit of like a peachy brown too. And I mixed those colors together. It's just gonna give your picture a little bit more light and dimension, make it look a little bit more realistic. When I did the water, I just did little lines to show like the little ripples in the waves. I did a yellow and orange strip over here on the horizon line just to show that the sun is going down and they're getting ready to turn on the lighthouse. And then I have a little bit of the orange reflected in the clouds. You can do your background any way you want. If you want to have some dolphins kind of jumping up in the background over here, or some of the fish or the sea life that we drew and practiced during the last lesson, maybe peeking through the water here, you could do that too. Totally up to you. A whale, you could do sailboats, you could do pretty much anything you want to add to your picture. I just want to give you the basic outline, and then you guys are going to add your own details. So we have this wonderful lighthouse here, and like I said, lighthouses come in all different styles, architectural styles, colors, shapes, textures, and some lighthouses even have like a little house attached to it so that the lighthouse keeper has a place for him and his family to live. So you could also add that if you wanted to. But I'm going to keep it simple, and I cannot wait to see what you guys come up with, and I will see you real soon.